Greetings from parts unknown. I am Sunny Sofrito. This is Janelle from HR. And today's episode, I'm sorry, this is Wilkins. Yeah.
This is Sir Wilkins. Let's get this shit right. This is Sir motherfucking Wilkins. Disrespectful ass motherfucker. Motherfuckers didn't even say my name. I didn't get introduced. I did not get introduced.
He definitely just did it.
He's in his
relax.
Tell me to relax.
This is
you
Wilkins.
relax.
I'm very relaxed.
This is Wilkins. Anyway.
Come off a boat, drinking off a boat.
Turn up, turn up, turn up.
Okay. Where's mine? Where's my drink?
On the boat.
Damn it.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Well, anyway, we're here with episode 6. Thanks for joining us.
Episode 6.
See, that's why I disrespect you, because you interrupt. All right.
Shut up. Episode 6, guys.
We're gonna do this until we get to episode 10.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, maybe. It's a release. So anyway, how you guys doing?
Good.
It's
I'm good.
Wilkins.
All right.
High five.
See it? All
My buddy.
Episode 6. So, we're gonna start with breaking kayfabe as we normally do. And breaking news today: Shane McMahon had a helicopter accident. It was a very sudden thing. Turns out everything was all right.
God.
FAA says the chopper pilot made a mayday call just before going down in the Atlantic Ocean at around 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Thank God he's good. But for those Shane McMahon fans, what do you have to say?
I'm happy he's good because I met Shane McMahon and he's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. We literally sat down for 20 minutes and talked wrestling. Yeah. So I'm really happy he's okay. It was shocking, came up on all my news feeds and everywhere.
I got a text message from Quintus, like, Shane was in a helicopter accident. And I was like, who, what? He's like, Shane McMahon. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, he wasn't.
You think like
he was just in Alabama. Like, fuck you mean he was in an accident?
But it also showed how rich this motherfucker is.
My man took a red eye probably out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Nah, not a red eye, a private.
He took a helicopter. That's a whole different type of money. Private jet, one thing. Yeah. I'm gonna hop in my helicopter to head to New York real quick because he lives in Tribeca.
He lives in New York.
He lives in Tribeca, so he probably like, oh, let me go see the family real quick in my private helicopter.
Shit is crazy. What had me dying was the news reporter said Vince McMahon's son. So they have zero respect for Shane McMahon.
But I saw one headline that said WWE superstar Shane McMahon. I mean,
he kind of is though.
But I was like, he owns part of the company.
Yeah, but probably more of a superstar these days than owning the company.
I mean, to the people outside of wrestling, he's known as Vince's son or WWE superstar because of the fact that that match he had with Undertaker was played on mainstream media for, a good week after it happened. So, yeah. But,
I'm just happy he's good.
Yeah, because that alternative would have been really... Like, first of all, Vince can't die. Like, I need whoever need to put him in a bubble. He cannot die until he about 100.
He probably gonna live until he's 130.
So I can't imagine. Yeah. As much as we kind of sometimes shit on the product, and sometimes we're like, "Yo, Vince, what the fuck are you doing?" We can't have WWE without Vince McMahon. Like I just feel like that's super awkward. So, and Shane and Stephanie, like everybody, like the McMahon family is just that. It's WWE. So I just don't like. They all just need to live until 100
each.
Yeah, each.
Yeah, there's not much you can say about that. It's just that we're all happy he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good vibes go out to him. Glad everything's okay and they're good. Moving on. Rumor of the day is Brock moving back to the UFC. He re-entered the testing pool for the USADA, which is the United States Anti-Doping Agency, and you normally don't do that unless you're trying to get back. And he was given a suspension of, I believe, 5 or 6 months. So he will have to serve that before trying to come back. So I don't know how that's going to work. But if he's going to be a part-time, I think he could bypass it. One of the rumors I've read was that there's a chance that he may be trying to come back for the MSG show in November. So, I mean, where are your thoughts on this?
Brock just dropped the title at SummerSlam. Just do us all a favor. Come back Royal Rumble, because I'm going to try to go. and be like number 27, and it's fine. I think Brock.
That was some real selfish shit right there.
Yeah. just do what I need you to do, okay? But if they're setting up, and we'll talk probably more about it when we talk about Raw, but if they're setting up for it to be a fatal 4-way, I can't really stand matches like that just because you can already kind of know what the outcome of it will be. And I see if it's Brock, Braun, Roman, and Samoa Joe, the chances of Brock winning is so much higher, I think. But I think with him entering back into starting the process of him getting back into UFC and all that other stuff, especially if there's a show here in November, I totally see him dropping the titles in SummerSlam and training for that if he decides to do that. Because his 5 months, I think about it, this whole like him getting caught in doping thing was right around WrestleMania time.
Well, that's what happened was they reversed the decision on the fight that he had.
Yeah, so they took away his W.
Yeah.
And then they said not only that, but because, and I think he got less time because he is part-time.
Yeah, something.
But he's been serving it for a few months, so really his time up, like him going into the testing pool just probably means his suspension's almost up and he can go back in, so.
Brock is full of shit. Straight up, he's full of shit.
And he said you full of shit, bro.
My biggest thing with Brock is
I would totally kill for Brock to be honest and just be like.
Yeah, but I would say to his face, he's full of shit. Because when he got suspended, he was talking about, oh, I love WWE, this is it, I'm going to be here for a while.
He's playing the card.
He's playing the whole game, and then, now that his suspension is up, let's go back to UFC. Granted, Brock dominated UFC.
Yeah.
I will not take anything away from that. Brock fucking kicked that ass.
He's chasing the check.
And then also what made it crazy is the fact that he was sick.
Yeah.
He had a major infection in his stomach that was hurting.
I mean, that was before he left and came back to WWE.
But I'm talking about while he was fighting the UFC.
Yeah. That, I forgot what the name of that condition was.
It was just incredible what this man did in UFC. Because Brock is a physical specimen. But at the same time, I just think he's full of shit. Because, I love WWE, this is a great sport, blah, blah, blah. He's playing the game. Yes, but he's playing the game.
No, but what I want to say is, doesn't Rock do the same?
Yeah, The Rock does the same, but the reason why The Rock is where he's at right now is because of WWE. It's a major part. And we'll talk about when we talk about ballers later on when we go into that subject, but because I have a little rant about that. But at the same time, The Rock is different. You can tell he's still about the company.
He's still about the company.
Brock, on the other hand, is strictly chasing a check.
Oh, Brock is about paper.
This is 100%. I'm about my check, and I like WWE.
But if you were in his position, would you act the same? Would you act differently?
No, I get it. But I'm just calling a spade, baby.
Okay.
Because he's a fucking spade right now, and he's full of shit.
Okay.
Homeboy just wants a check, and he's like, all right, my suspension is up. All right, Vince, what we doing here? That's exactly what it is right now, and I'm not gonna.
Can't knock his hustle.
I'm not gonna knock the hustle, but it's reality. Homeboy is full of shit.
Okay. So, speaking of UFC, there's a Twitter war going on between Becky Lynch and UFC's Chris Cyborg.
Is that a guy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Oh.
She's pretty vicious. She's pretty devastating. So let me just read some of the tweets that just went back and forth. She wrote out, if you were smart at Triple H, you don't let Becky Lynch anywhere near the ring with me. Ireland can't handle another star losing this summer. So basically she's referencing McGregor and Mayweather. So then Becky Lynch went back and said, are you sure Dana would let you? Seeing as he doesn't seem to let you do much else. So the shots have been going back and forth. I mean, it feels like a work. What you guys say?
This is definitely a work. This is work. We get a match. We cross promote. Even though I always have issue with UFC because UFC does talk a lot of shit about WWE not being a real sport, not being real athletes, not being real fighting. So I'm always like a little taken back when UFC gets involved because they don't really respect wrestling. And you're disrespecting somebody that I love, a sport that I love a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is obviously a work. There's not more to talk about here.
Yeah,
But I got to follow up to what you just said, just to go on a little segue. Wrestling, is it a sport or performance art?
It's both.
But like, if you had to pick one, what would you classify wrestling as?
As a sport. Because 90% of people can't do that. The fact to make something look real and at the same time move at a certain way, you got to be athletic.
But the thing is, but you could say the same thing about a lot of performance art that's out there too, like certain types of dance and gymnastics. I mean,
gymnastics is a sport.
I mean, not gymnastics. I would say more like certain types of dance, because I've been watching World of Dance with wifey lately. So
dance is not. It's technically you can say a sport because they have dance classes that you lose weight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not contact. It's not a contact. You're not attacking somebody. It's not competition, really.
It's not a contact sport,
but
it's
I still not on the same level of like I'm picking another person up off the floor and trying to not hurt them. Like,
no, I got you. It's just me personally, I kind of go back and forth between the two because I look at it as an art form and less as a sport, more as an art form, because I just find it so interesting that they have to. There's so many intangibles when it comes to wrestling, like taking care of who you're fighting with in the ring. So it becomes more a art form than an actual competition, unless you consider the match that you're watching in competition with the rest of the matches on the card.
But you still said it's a sport, though.
Well, but
you still haven't taken away that. If you say completely,
but it's the matches are scripted to a certain extent, so it takes the competition out of the sport. So that's why I look at it as performance art.
I could give you more performance art, but I can't take away the fact that it's not a sport.
It goes back to us both saying it's both.
It's both, but I just can't take away the sports part behind it because some of these dudes are the most athletic people in the world.
Oh yeah, without question. No, without question.
And I totally, they go
train.
I totally give that.
And you can even say ballet or some type of like performance dance as a sport as well, because you're putting your body through rigorous training and rigorous type of performing.
Well, Jesse the Body Ventura said one time that what wrestling is, it's ballet with violence.
So it's up for debate. We can go back and forth all day on that, but I will never take away the sports part. That's just me. Yeah. Maybe I'm a little biased towards it.
Okay.
But I've seen.
Well, no, that goes back to just when now we're in that era where it's sports entertainment, but the key word in the beginning is still sports.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be both regardless. Yeah. Like it's not gonna be one or the other. The fact that WWE at times is on ESPN, that's when people are like, oh, this is okay. This is a little bit more serious than the average, like back in the day in the 90s where it wasn't on like a sports channel. But now that they get some sports coverage, it adds a little bit more credibility to the product. So
okay. Just wanted to go on that little tangent for a second. Speaking of entertainment, HBO Ballers is coming back this season.
Best show on HBO besides Insecure.
You're gonna have a lot of Game of Thrones people.
Man, listen, that whole fucking Game of Thrones shit.
So
I totally
hold on.
I was in my feelings. No, I was totally in my feelings because I've now experienced with all of my friends that are non-wrestling friends go through when I talk non-stop on my Facebook about wrestling.
But
because Game of Thrones was boo, 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 all on my timeline Sunday, and I was just like, I don't give a fuck about this. I don't know what this is.
That's fine, but those same Game of Thrones fans are the one that hates on me when I talk about wrestling. Motherfucking Game of Thrones is not real. Do y'all motherfuckers understand
that's crazy?
This is not reality.
That's crazy.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
I saw one episode. I'm never watching it again.
No, it doesn't interest me.
You know you realize that we're like probably the only three people that never watched it.
You don't watch it?
You don't watch it? I'm surprised you don't watch it. I'm watching.
That's wild.
That's really
you
wild.
like the sci-fi type
You
shit.
might-
No, I like sci-fi,
This
but
motherfucker likes TV in general.
And movies.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm surprised you don't watch it. I thought you did.
but you know what's funny? You know what? We have a new word for this: TV shaming. All right, because I get TV shamed for liking Walking Dead, but not liking Game of Thrones. Yo, Game of Thrones people.
Shit. I don't like Walking
Game of
Dead
Thrones
either,
people.
so I don't know.
You know, I.
But let's get back to Ballers.
Yeah, let's get back.
Best show.
So, I was talking about this earlier. My point is, this show is fucking amazing.
It is awesome.
Perfectly well written.
Yeah.
The
Mark
Rock
Wahlberg, thank
crushes his role. Every season, I'm just like, yo, damn. Yo, damn.
Makes me wanting more and more and more.
His drug addiction.
And you got him right there, center stage, right there.
Center stage right there. And
Rock, how do you feel about Ballers? Ballers is a great show. Don't stop doing Ballers.
The Ballers is cooking.
Thanks.
so, The Rock's success is from WWE. Quick story, you probably guys already know this. When The Rock originally left WWE, he dropped The Rock name.
Yeah, because
he was
WWE
Dwayne
owns
Johnson.
it.
Yeah, he was Dwayne Johnson. And he was trying to stay away from the whole name, and obviously, but his wife, ex-wife now, Danny Garcia was like, yo,
They
listen.
are building an empire.
But the thing is, she is such a genius. She was like, yo, listen, why would you step away from that name? That made you, and that's your fan base. That's your basically your grassroots fan base. Use that name. So he bought half of the name from Vince. Mm-hmm. He owns half of The Rock's name. And Danny was like, you need to do action movies. That Tooth Fairy shit.
No, I love that movie.
That
Don't do
dramatic
that.
shit. Yeah, but the thing about it, when the success really come from?
I mean, he had to build up
Yeah,
a
but when
portfolio.
does success really come
but you know
from?
what? No, but yo, this is
He
the
had
thing.
to build a portfolio,
This is the thing you
so-
gotta get. Remember, I'm a cinephile. When it comes to movies, he needed to make all those kind of movies to
to
get
see where he is, to understand
Yeah,
what
Exactly.
but they weren't
So-
successful though.
I
it doesn't-
wouldn't
But
say
they weren't
that.
successful.
But they were successful for that particular genre. Doesn't
And at that
you can't
time,
put Tooth
like,
Fairy
you're talking about Tooth
with
Fairy that was like 10, 12 years ago. Like,
Yeah, but the thing about it, even that wasn't as successful as it was supposed to be. He had an issue with that. He talked about it.
You know,
he
but
said,
it's still-
he said he wasn't successful with those movies, weren't successful. And then Danny came to him and was like, no, you need to do action movies. You're an action star. You're The Rock.
Well, yeah,
Remember
because then
that.
he did the
and then
rundown, and then
move
he
to
did a whole
move
bunch
to
of
that
shit.
level. Yeah, you can say the Tooth Fairy was successful, but the success that he wanted, the success that he should have had, he didn't get.
perfect.
So he went back to getting The Rock's name, buying half of it, and then that catapulted him to where he is now.
yeah,
Where
but he's still not just doing action movies.
Yes, but the thing about it, look at the roles that he's picking though.
But understand something.
The Ballers is very similar to The Rock. Charismatic. He's an ass. He's kicking ass. He's Miami.
He's not
a
kicking that much ass.
He's a football player. This all plays
Former
into
football player,
This
but yeah,
all plays
listen,
into.
I
Well,
get
it's
that.
more-
I get
Ballers
that.
for
Yeah.
him is more realistic because that was his life. Like,
But the thing,
he
once
came from being a football player.
again, that's The Rock. He's saying true to himself. What I'm trying to say, he's saying true to himself. The other movies he was doing wasn't true to who he was.
He had to find out who he was.
He wasn't that, and it didn't. He wasn't fucking. What's that movie called? Why Did I Get Married? He came at the end of that movie like.
It was a cameo. It wasn't something that.
Why Did I
No,
Get Married?
no.
Why Did I Get Married
Wait,
too?
two.
It
He
was
was
a
in it?
cameo.
Yeah.
It's the very end of the movie.
It's
where
at the end of the movie, it's a
Janet
cameo.
Jackson is at a new school and blase,
Oh.
and she meets the new like head of the school, and it's The Rock. But it was a cameo. You can't.
Yeah, but that's still not. That's still not him.
But that's not a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I don't think
Dude,
that's
that's not a big deal.
Because it's branding. I'm branding myself.
Yeah, but the thing is also
no. That's
All right,
I'm not
you know
I'm
what?
not giving
All right,
that.
you know
I'm
what?
not giving that.
All right, whatever.
I'm not giving
All right,
that.
all right.
If you look at everything he's done, it's all action movies, all great action comedy movies, because it's still working on his strengths.
But all I'm saying at the end of the day is that as an actor, because you gotta remember he's coming from mind you, it is acting in the wrestling world, but when he started, he never did a movie, so he had to do certain movies to kind of figure out his footing in
But
the
it's not
business.
just that.
And
It's not
fine.
just that.
And it's not
Look at
saying,
other
it's not
stars.
negating
Other
him doing
stars.
that.
It's not even just that. Other stars do different things.
They do
So wait.
different
Let
things
me
later
finish.
on in their career.
Let me finish. No.
Right,
No,
so
they
he
don't.
did the
No, they
backwards.
don't.
Who?
There's a lot.
The top guys always do great things in the beginning. Eddie
Not
Murphy.
always.
We can talk about Adam
Not
Sandler.
always.
They always do their comedy stuff in the beginning. Then they try to
Not
win an
always.
Oscar later on because
Not
they're like, all right,
always.
let me go to something dramatic.
Not always.
Majority is.
Adam Sandler though, that's a roller coaster.
Adam Sandler is one of the most genius people in maybe.
People like there are a lot of actors, high profile actors that come in and do a little scene here or do a different kind of movie there as a different look to give their audiences something else.
But
that's a bottom line.
The thing about he didn't need to do that. That's what I'm trying to say.
yes, he
because
did.
He was already a big time star.
It spreads
Listen, the Attitude Era went away. He was people of the Attitude Era. That was mainstream. Wrestling was mainstream. The thing I'm trying to tell you is that when he came out the first time, he knew he fucked up. He talked about it, how he fucked up.
It allows you to do other things.
He talked about how it didn't help him get other things.
It allows you to do other things.
Get other things. Because those movies were trash.
They weren't trash.
Yes, they were.
Trash.
They were not good.
Just because you didn't like them doesn't mean that
he talked about how he messed up.
And that's fine.
He talked about how he messed up. I'm not giving you guys that. He talked about how he messed up. That's the reason why he bought the name back.
But as a person that saw him in the ring and in the movies, I can personally say I enjoyed it because it was a different side of him.
But now that different side didn't work. That different side did not work.
Because I believed more in an actor because he was more versatile.
Yeah, but that different side didn't work.
And it worked for you, but it worked for me.
That different side did not work for the majority. For the majority of people, the 5 people that saw his movies, which was you and 4 other people, they did not do well.
You're exaggerating.
They did not do well. Nobody gave a fuck about that part of his career.
First off, you're exaggerating.
And then people gave a fuck when he added The Rock back to his name.
First off, you're exaggerating.
That were right for his brand.
Again, first off, you're exaggerating. Second off, whether he said that or not, at the end of the day, it actually worked to his advantage because the people that don't follow wrestling but saw him in one of these cutesy movies that you don't like and that he said he fucked up on will give him a chance and go out and see an action flick that they may not have checked out. But because
so you're saying the same person that saw a fucking Tooth Fairy is gonna go fucking see a live action movie? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Next subject. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's the same motherfucker that saw two motherfucking fairy is gonna see fucking a live action movie. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Come on, next subject. Change the subject. That's some fucking bullshit.
Dude,
that is fucking bullshit.
You're bugging, bro.
You're bugging. That's bullshit.
Start watching movies.
That's fucking bullshit.
Next
Stop
subject.
being an adult. Stop watching Tooth Fairy, motherfuckers.
Stop.
Next subject.
Watch your mouth.
Next subject.
Yo, why you acting up?
Next subject. Cause that's fucking bullshit.
But it's bullshit to you.
You know what it is?
That's next subject. Next subject.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Yeah, but
I just read Stephen Gunberg from Police Academy. Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm mad. Now I'm mad hype about the season premiere.
So he's playing the billionaire, the billionaire villain.
That
this
is
season.
awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to him because I love Police Academy, which is very different from Ballers and any movie he's probably ever done.
Exactly.
But
whereas towards the end of his career, was at the peak of his career. Once again, the other side of his career.
I just want to know.
The other side of his career. The other side of his career.
Why are you so hot? Why are you so hot right now? Why are you so hot right now?
The other side of next subject. Next subject.
Why are you so hot
Next
right now?
subject. Next subject.
It's the next
Next subject.
subject.
Next
Why are you so hot right now?
Next subject.
But it is though.
Next subject.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie? That's all I want to know.
Every movie he's done. Adam Sandler's the fucking genius in media.
Plus Wedding Singer.
He's one of the richest comedians in the business.
You know what?
He's one of the richest comedians in the business.
I just realized it.
That's all I want to know.
Somebody didn't get any money from the Tooth Fairy. Moving on.
Do you like Wedding Singer?
HBO had a docu.
You're gonna answer this question later.
Yeah,
So
ask him later. He's too hot right now. HBO had a mockumentary. It's a fake documentary called Tour de Pharmacy. Basically, it was all the whole Tour de France things, those bike competitions that are done in France, and they did a spoof on it called Tour de Pharmacy. Because a lot of them take a lot of performance enhancers and everything. You had what was the dude's name? The one that Lance Armstrong was in it, making fun of himself. Yeah, one ball, exactly. He has one? I thought he had none.
He has one testicle.
He has testicular cancer, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but he has one or none?
They get rid of one.
I thought he had none. Anyway.
Wow.
Hey.
So he just has a...
You can still fuck if you have one ball.
I didn't say you couldn't fuck. Clearly he's probably fucking mad bitches.
Just can't teabag.
But I'm just saying, like, how awkward is that? Like, I could never imagine seeing it without a ball, though. Or at least one.
You can still fuck. It's still
not about not fucking.
There's really no fucking need for the ball.
All right, anyway, moving on. So, John Cena was in it. It was definitely some weird scenes with John Cena in it. I don't know if I thought it was funny, but what were your thoughts on it?
This is dumb as fuck. It's so stupid. Like, I only watched half of it because I just couldn't get through all of it without just being like, what the fuck is this? And I'm all for John Cena doing whatever he wants to do because I think he is hilarious. But I didn't enjoy it. Like, I thought it was stupid.
Did you see that scene where he was holding that dude that was butt naked?
Probably not, because I definitely stopped at like the 25-minute mark because I was at work and I was just like, all right, I got some downtime. Let me watch this because, you know, we talking about it. And then it was like cringeworthy. Thanks. Well, I'm talking about it now, aren't I? Thank you.
I said good job. I wasn't trying to be fucking sarcastic.
I thought you were trying to be funny.
Well, listen up. Get the dirt out your fucking ears, and I wasn't trying to be sarcastic.
Oh, you trying to be funny today?
Next one. So I was.
Wow. You want to make somebody flip a fucking table.
Today? I don't give a fuck because you guys act like straight fucking dicks today. Like straight fucking dicks today. Like straight fucking dicks today.
You want to have a therapy session? How am I acting like a dick?
Yeah, so, I was a dick to him in the beginning.
So thoughts on
he can own that. I wasn't though.
So thoughts on HBO's Tour de Pharmacy.
Nobody cares.
Moving on.
So that's just the rudest shit ever. That's just the fucking rudest shit ever.
Now you can say
that's the fucking rudest shit ever.
Let's keep on going.
No, that's fucking rude as fuck.
So
that was fucking rude as fuck.
Your thoughts?
Nah, it was pretty good. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but once again, he's playing an athlete, an awkward athlete, and he's doing really well at that. And it's playing off of who he was as a wrestler. So they're working that. So then later on in his career, he could do other things.
Okay. Speaking of which, John Cena's mom was recently featured in a Hefty commercial. You guys, what do you guys think about that?
That was funny.
It was cute. It was smart because on the advertising side of things, it was genius to have a mom in the commercial because moms buy Hefty bags. So I thought it was cute. And John Cena actually has been probably doing Hefty commercials for like the last few years. So it made sense. It was cute.
How about the timing of it that she put that dude in the supermarket in the Rusev Crush?
Yo, everybody is out here in these streets doing fucking wrestling moves on people. This tells you people watch wrestling. Don't sleep on people because did y'all see that video of the guy on the train that Kakita clutched this guy?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. That was fucking awesome.
So to recap for those of you that didn't see it, some dude that was being really obnoxious and he was acting like Wilkins right now. Basically got in somebody's face. And
if you put your hands on, I'm beating your ass. I'm not gonna lie. Anybody put my hands on, I'm beating their ass. Well, I'm very fucking confident about that.
Well, anyway, the guy just choked him out on the train. Looked like it was Samoa Joe. Moving on. Talking Smack's been canceled. It's gonna be only shown after SmackDown pay-per-views.
This is bullshit.
That shit was stupid as fuck. That shit was the dumbest shit they ever did.
You didn't like it, or you didn't like the fact that it got canceled?
I got the fact that it got canceled.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say,
because you weren't clear on that.
It was stupid as hell because that.
But you want to know why? What they're saying why?
Why they saying why?
Because Vince doesn't like how it gives it an unscripted feel.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
Well, Vince is a control freak. That's the problem. Vince is a control freak.
And that's why everyone liked it because it gave remember the Miz did that fucking pipe bomb on Talking Smack with Daniel Bryan. Everyone was like,
that got Miz over.
Shit.
But the thing is, you got to see it from. Now that you mentioned that, think of it from Vince's point of view.
Oh, Vince is like, nah, we gotta cut this shit out.
It's gonna be some because I think Corbin did something when he kind of hurt somebody. He threw somebody on
the front display.
Yeah.
Crap, I forgot who that was.
Whoever it was, he hurt them. They actually got hurt. Yeah, he got shit for that. So that's the reason why.
Wasn't there a ref?
Yeah, it was a ref, and they got hurt.
And he was suspended.
The thing is, the reason why I see where Vince is coming from because you're gonna get great segments like The Miz did. But at the same time, you're talking about some angry motherfuckers post-match, adrenaline is pumping, and they're gonna say some off the wall shit.
Granted, to be honest, I don't know if Talking Smack is live though, because I'm about to say 205 is after SmackDown, and then on the network is Talking Smack.
They might edit it.
It's still live though, because the thing is that. Remember, when you see most of the people on Talking Smack, it's like after they look like they've been showered and changed. So
but to that defense, it gives them like an hour to get themselves together.
Yeah, but it's still unscripted. Unscripted means it's Wild Wild West. And you're also talking about the PG era. Yeah, you're great segments, but you're gonna say some off the wall shit, and it might not come off the right way.
Well,
and even though it is on the network. For the most part, it's still some off the wall shit. Now that you mention that, and I can see where Vince is like saying, "Nigga, y'all gonna say some shit, and y'all gonna get yourself in trouble.
Y'all not gonna be able to take that shit back."
Exactly. That's the thing. You can't take nothing back.
But I mean, that's the when he decided to go live on really everything. You take that risk. Like that's just the risk you take.
You take that risk, but at the same time, that's why most people. Their stuff is always written down for them already. Like it's all written down for them. Like that's the reason why I have a problem with WWE at this time, in this time of my life, because Austin 316 was off the top of the head.
Oh, absolutely.
And you get great moments like that.
Yeah, but the problem is.
But at the same time,
you gotta look at the flip side of that.
That's what I was about to get into.
Yeah.
The flip side is it cleans up a lot of shit. Makes things look more polished, a lot better. Like Bray Wyatt, like the Wyatt stuff, you know that stuff is not off the top of the head. Because the stuff he be saying, actually some Shakespearean.
No, I don't know.
No, it's all scripted. It's all written down. All his stuff is written down.
But is Bray writing it though?
No, he's not writing. It's the creative team writing it.
Yeah, he said in interviews that he does a lot of that stuff, and he's given an outline.
60 to 75% of his promos is him.
I think it's more the other way around.
He's given an outline.
Because I feel personally. The creative team has a heavy hand. The fact that you just said about Vince getting rid of that because it was unscripted, it makes.
But that's just
a rumor. It's a rumor. It's a rumor.
That's a rumor.
But the thing is, from knowing this generation of wrestling right now, creative has a heavy hand in everything that goes on.
But here's the thing, and you went on one flip side, but here's another flip side that we're not discussing. Back then, when you discussed about the whole Austin 316 that came on top of the head and all that, you got to remember he had time in ECW learning how to cut a promo. He had a history working in WCW. You have a lot of performers now that don't have that background of working the indies to a certain degree, working in other major promotions for a certain degree, and getting those reps, getting that experience. Well, where they're coming in, and you could let them and just give them, hey, well, this is what I need you to get over. This is what I need you to do.
Saying that though, that's the genius part. And shout out to Trips. That's the genius part about the NXT Performance Center, because that's what they do. They do promo training classes. They do all that stuff.
Yeah, but they're still not. But the thing is that they're still inside the WWE bubble, so they're coming up, learning how to do it one way, as opposed to having, and being in the streets, for lack of a better word, learning their hustle, learning their trade outside of it, then coming in and being like, all right, now I'm gonna take what I learned and know how to apply it the WWE way.
A lot of these superstars now that do great promos, like Rude and a whole bunch of other people, they've been in the company, they've been in the business for a very, very long time.
Yeah, but you also go back to what I've been saying for instance, when my fucking love with Xavier Woods. This guy has fucking acting.
Yeah, but his promos in TNA were trash.
Yeah, but let me finish before you cut me off. Let me finish.
Well, you paused.
Let me finish. So him having that acting background, going through TNA, then coming to NXT, where they show him, all right, you see what you did at TNA? This is what's wrong. Okay, that's good. We're gonna take that. Because you already have experience.
Well, that's exactly.
I'm going with what you're saying.
Yeah.
It helps. Having that, and what you said, Bobby Roode's been around for so long, he cuts great promos. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura can't speak a fucking lick of English, but when he goes out there, or when the few things he says is because of that Japanese background where they don't have to talk, they move with their body, they have that charismatic.
Oh, but he's giving, even, you know what, and in the beginning, I was like, why does he got him on camera not speaking really good English? But even on SmackDown, we'll probably get to it when we get to SmackDown. Yeah. His promo with AJ Styles, he just said like 2 words.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh,
I was like, oh,
because he's charismatic. And then the Japanese,
like it was also some like mic drop shit. I was like,
but the Japanese wrestling is so
they don't talk.
They don't talk.
They leave everything in the ring.
It's all
and
ring work. It's to a point that the crowd doesn't even react.
They don't.
Well, that's because that's for a different reason.
That's the culture.
Because they look at it like they're at a Broadway show. They clap and pauses. It's not. They're not trying to get in on the show the way they do in United States.
That's what I'm trying to say is that it goes up for what you're saying, but in general, a lot of these guys are just trash on the mic in general. Trash. Even though if the guys straight from NXT, about 60% of them are fucking horrible on the mic. Horrible.
Yeah. Well, the one of the things that listening to Bruce Pritchard's podcast, he has said, because he was doing an episode about some of the other promotions and why they have people go down to this or that before NXT, and sometimes it's not so much for people to learn how to do certain things. It's just as useful for people to be in the place to learn how not to do something. So that's why it's like Xavier Woods being in TNA, like to go back to your point, him learning, like going through all that stuff he did there was him learning what not to do. Now you have all these other performers that go straight into NXT without having any experience outside of it, and that's why you don't want to put them in an unscripted situation. Because aside from the fact that Baron Corbin say hurting someone or doing something or saying something wrong, you can also screw up a talent. So say for instance you have someone that's really hot, and then they go on to say talking smack, and then they say something that makes them look like a cornball. Then that totally kills the push, the investment of time and money, and totally destroys that too.
Practice is perfect. And I think taking talking smack off of it being regularly, and I can see why, because honestly for me, I would rather not watch 205 Live and then just wait the 45 minutes till Talking Smack comes on. If anything, unless you're there in the arena, you ain't got no choice. You gotta watch 205 Live. But I think Talking Smack was a great platform for everyone on SmackDown to kind of practice their craft. Now they don't really have nothing to practice with besides being on stage.
Talking Smack, and this was I think it was Triple H I did with the whole like Talking Smack and like the whole broadcasting type of thing. It made it look like, once again, we were talking about like a sport. Like post game type of thing, and it was cool. Like they come out, they just finish their match up, out the locker room, let's chat it up. What's going on? How do you feel about today's loss, today's win? It showed emotion. It came out the ring, and this is what WWE is lacking.
Right.
Other stuff outside the ring. This is not just wrestling, is what we talked about. This is entertainment, and they took away the entertainment.
And
part.
Now you're forcing me to now be we're going to be at Legends on Sunday, but now you're forcing me to be at the bar for an extra 20, 30 minutes to now catch Talking Smack, because it's going to only be post pay-per-view.
But they've been doing it for a while, post pay-per-view anyway, but now they're just only doing it.
I don't think really.
No, they have.
Every time, 90% of the bar is drunk, and they leave by the time the Talking Smack comes on.
Yeah,
so that's not.
But follow-up question to this. If the ratings would have been better, do you think it would have still got canceled?
I don't even know if it was a rating issue, because if we're talking about
the ratings have to have dropped.
Does 205 have great ratings? Probably not.
Well, no, but I mean, think about it. If you have Talking Smack, it got popular in the very beginning.
Compare, like ratings, it's on the network.
Yeah, but the thing, but there, if anything, the ratings there
are monetized.
Are already gonna be at a low, because
no, but understand something.
No, he kept
205 Live wasn't always right after SmackDown. When they first started Talking Smack, it used to be right after SmackDown. Then they created 205 Live. Then they put 205 Live after SmackDown, and then
well, that's because they built the cruiserweight and did that. Exactly.
So the thing is that once they did that, a lot of people that really didn't care about the cruiserweights or not really high on that particular show, you have now, instead of watching it right after, which we live in an age of immediacy. Everybody wants what they want now. So if you All About SmackDown, you want to see Talking Smack right away.
Correct.
Now you got to wait an hour for a show that you may not be that high on.
But if you high on it, and if that's what you want to do, like if one had to go, then I would have rather 205 Live be pushed on another day than you taking Talking Smack off completely.
Supposedly he kept it because after the pay-per-view, it was a higher rating, higher viewership after the pay-per-view, because they can tell which shows on the network gets more viewers. So the rumor, once again, it's another rumor. He kept the one after the pay-per-view because it was a higher rating than the one after SmackDown usually. So it is what it is.
Either way, that shit sucks. R.I.P. Talking Smack after SmackDown.
Okay. Well, final piece on Breaking Kayfabe. Recently in Florida, there's a gay pro wrestler by the name of Sweet Johnny Velvet, and he recently won the heavyweight championship for FEW, which is the Fighting Evolution Wrestling promotion out there, and he actually won the belt during Pride Month, and actually 2 days before the anniversary of what happened at Pulse nightclub. So I mean, for the gay community, it's gay community that are wrestling fans. It's almost like creating a symbol that can be a symbol, be something to hang their hat on. What do you guys think about this?
So, shout out to Sonny. Sonny, what federation is he in?
Sonny wrestles for different ones, but
yeah, LA, not me. Sonny Kiss.
He does Warriors.
He does Warriors. He has the greatest ass in wrestling right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, this is sound real gay, but Sonny's a gay wrestler. So
Sonny Kiss. Sonny Kiss.
Sonny Kiss is a gay wrestler. Phenomenal in the ring.
Yeah, really good in the ring.
Probably one of the best indie guys I've seen in a while. Probably top 10 for me. But I bring him up because maybe because I'm from New York and I'm just a liberal motherfucker. One of my best friends is gay, so being gay to me is not a big deal.
No.
But then again, looking back at it, I'm not gay, so I don't understand what they go through. So this is a big deal for them, and I'm happy about it. But I also I don't want that to be a character's
the reason why
the reason why he got it, or that's the only thing you know about him. Like you don't really talk about his in-ring abilities and stuff like that. This is a crucial moment because I'm still waiting for a black WWE heavyweight champion.
I mean,
yeah, so you know what I mean. So I get it somewhat, but I love the story. This is dope. That name is fucking amazing. If he was straight, he's getting mad pussy off that name.
Sweet Johnny Velvet, yeah.
Sweet Johnny motherfucking Velvet.
That's a pretty dope name.
You getting pussy. If he was straight, he's getting mad pussy.
That's
some Prince shit. That's some real Prince shit.
That's like
I did watch some videos of this guy. He's good.
Yeah.
So he deserves the title. He deserves it. And I saw that he was crying after. And it is a big moment.
Yeah.
It is a big moment. We're at a time that rights is the forefront. Human rights is the forefront of everything right now. When it comes to black people, when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to women, and it is a big deal. I still don't want it to be. That's the only thing people are gonna talk about with this when it comes to this guy, of him being gay. And being gay is hard. Chris Kanyon, because he couldn't come out. And when he was a professional wrestler, he ended up killing himself because he's so depressed and not being able to come out and being comfortable with who he is. So this is dope regardless of everything. But my only thing is, I don't want this to be the only cool thing we hear about this kid.
Well, the thing is, I think that's also a matter of, what are you going to do when you get that opportunity?
Yeah,
it's like, look at gender. A lot of people think, gender's getting it because there's an Indian tour, a tour in India or something like that. And but the thing is that, when you got Finn Balor putting you over in interviews like, yeah, that dude is busting his ass and he's earned it. It's a matter of taking the opportunity and
you know what? I'll take it back then because wrestling is about reaction. wrestling entertainment industry is about reaction.
It's the biggest pop.
And the thing about it, if the crowd's gonna react because you're gay, then go ahead. And it's kind of like being typecast. If you're only getting roles because you played a thug,
but I mean,
getting played, and then go ahead.
It just goes to gimmicks and,
it's
what
gimmicks,
works.
And it's gimmicks and what works. If it's working for him, then go ahead. I just don't. I just always want people to be more than just a caricature.
I think it's awesome that he's had this opportunity, as you said.
Yeah.
I think that just especially in the LGBT community, I think being in an industry where it's not only male dominant but like heterosexual.
Heterosexual.
It's hard, and I think things like this just opens up doors for other indie promotions and even WWE to in the future to have, you know, a bisexual or a gay or a lesbian champion, because you just never know. But I agree, I don't think it should just be the only label that they have. I think they should, you know, show it what they got. So
yeah, like if it works out, you know, go to another type of gimmick where it doesn't have to be solely focused on him being gay.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's quality, that's at the end of the day, it's all about being a quality performer and doing your thing. But congratulations to you and good luck on your future endeavors. I feel like John Laurinaitis right now. Over and not. First, we're gonna start off with Raw. We started off with the Miz taking and the Miztourage confronting Seth and Dean. We had Bayley taking on Alexa Bliss with Nia Jax and Sasha Banks. On the outside, Jack Gallagher and Mustafa Ali taking on Brian Kendrick and Drew Gulak. Big Cass confronted Enzo and beat the crap out of Big Show. Finn Balor got the vicious guitar shot to the head.
Hashtag slap nuts.
We had Daivari and Tozawa.
Fucking hate that shit.
Their fight got stopped because of Titus O'Neil. Kurt Angle revealed who his son is.
Kurt gonna be my daddy next.
And we had the Revival taking on the Hardys, and we had Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe ending a no contest because they both got beat the hell out of by Braun Strowman. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, was Raw over or not?
The fact that Kurt Angle has a legitimate trial that is Jason Jordan is the sole reason why Raw was fucking over and beyond the fucking moon. I've never laughed so hard about wrestling in years. This shit, I woke up Tuesday morning still laughing. Like, this shit is real. This shit is hilarious. SmackDown even, and they never really like talking about Raw shit, but they definitely talked about that. Like, for me, Raw was over the moon. It was the funniest Raw I feel like I've seen in a long time. Yeah, that's just me.
So, this is my breakdown for Raw.
Oh, we was doing a breakdown? Oh.
No, we're just talking. Relax. So
I'm just saying.
The Kurt thing was amazing, and when you go on message boards, you go on the Yup group, you go on everything. But I said, this is fucking stupid. This is retarded. This is dumb.
Wait, hold on. What about all the memes with the Family Guy doing my black son?
All this shit with Kurt having, I guess, during the Olympics, like after the Olympics, white milk, and then like during college, chocolate milk.
Yeah, it's
what?
The thing is, people are making fun of it, but Raw ratings went up.
Yeah,
all the way up.
Like I think they were in the dumps for like a couple weeks, like 2.3, and they got up to the high of like 3.5 or the low.
Glad it wasn't Dixie.
But the thing is, and I know people making fun of this is stupid, but you gotta realize wrestling is not is entertainment, and it entertained everybody. The reason why people were mad because it was Jordan at the end.
No,
it was just so weird. I was like, what? It just caught people off guard. I was like, what is this? And this doesn't make any sense. But what?
A lot of people wanted Dixie to show.
Yeah, everybody wanted.
Glad it wasn't.
But the thing is, the fact that you wanted Dixie to show up and somebody else showed up was just icing on the cake.
It was great.
Now, my thing is, what are you gonna do with this?
He's about to get the push
of a
lifetime.
But the thing is he gonna grab the brass ring? That's one thing. We can say he is, blah, 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 because he has one of the best looks out right now.
Absolutely.
He's an athlete in the ring.
Yeah.
Even though Gable kind of carried homeboy.
Oh, if I had to pick one or the other, Gable would be the other.
It's because Gable is the more talented one of the two.
He's the more technical out of the two.
But Vince loves some big motherfuckers.
It's all about that look.
So he's gonna pick Jordan. And I just want to know what's gonna happen after this. And I get mad when they drop the ball on shit, because now you got this whole storyline going on.
This shit can go on for years. Like, they don't understand. Like, this can go from Kurt helping his son to now his son backstabbing him and getting him fired. Or like WWE hiring
you got another way you could go is Kurt Angle becomes the advocate for Jason Jordan, and now you have an extension of Kurt Angle, because Kurt Angle can't really go in the ring on a regular basis. So now you have him.
Kurt got about 3 matches.
Or
Jason Jordan. I'm sorry to cut you off. One thing I as far as between him and Chad Gable, I think Jason Jordan can be as good or even better, but he needs to slow down in the ring a little bit.
So the thing when I say Jason Jordan could be so many things go on. For instance, you can bring in Triple H and Stephanie to like who is this motherfucker? That's a whole storyline right there. There's stuff that can go on. There's so much that can go on within this. But the thing is, once again, WWE has a bad habit.
Don't fuck this up,
fucking up shit. It's like they get into a good relationship with somebody, and it's like, oh man, I'm just gonna mess this up because I'm just gonna fuck it up. That's their MO.
Oh yeah, look what happened to Bailey.
Drop the ball, drop the ball, drop the ball, drop the ball.
And I'm not the biggest Bailey fan, but look what happened to her.
Raw in general was good. When it came to the Roman and the Samoa Joe situation, I thought that was blatantly obvious, in my opinion. Because I talked about this last week, you can't just end Samoa Joe like that. Because that match, he didn't lose that match. And I said it before, he didn't lose that match. And then the way the storyline went, he got tired and Brock had a little bit of extra gas in his tank. So you can't do that to Samoa because it's just fucking stupid. That feud was amazing, and you can't do that. So I'm not surprised that they added a 4th person. And when you said you kind of know who's gonna win, in my opinion, you usually don't know who's gonna win the Fatal 4 because it could be a sneak attack. Something could happen at the end of the match. I know that's your opinion on that, but it's just there's so many.
And it's the fact that it's SummerSlam, because I can tell you the last 2 main events for SummerSlam, it just has been trash. So the fact that they're now thinking that this Fatal 4-Way is gonna save the day, I'm not sold on it. And to be honest, if it's not, and it's not a hate to Roman, but if it's not fucking Braun Strowman or Samoa Joe to win in Brooklyn, and that pop that they would get, I'm good on it. Like, I'm super good. Or unless what they like to do is they like to hold off shit, and if they like to throw this ultimate curveball and letting Brock win but losing the next night, I can accept that. That's fine.
Well, I'll be there. My tickets are bought. So
I would be. You bought your ticket?
My tickets are basically solidified right now. I'm working on SmackDown.
You got me a ticket?
I don't know. I have your ticket, but the way things going on in today's podcast, fuck you both. Cause a nigga might not take y'all. And I got floor seats. I got floor seats.
You know what?
I got floor seats. I'm like literally.
What you saying?
I'm like literally the sweat. Like, oh shit, is that Roman sweat coming on me? Nah, fuck y'all. Next time, that's what I'm saying though. So
don't worry about it.
I remember that.
He's gonna be with his ass cut on the floor, and we're gonna be in the suite. Anyway,
I don't want to be in the suite.
I don't want to be in the suite.
I hate suite. I've been in suite.
Remember when we went to the suite?
Yeah, the suite.
We went to this house show like maybe 2.5 years ago for my birthday, and it was the worst seats. Like, I was just like, I don't know why people like this shit.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the fancy stuff.
Unless like you have an open bar and food and all that other shit, which to be honest, you don't even really need.
But like, I don't want that. I want to be in part of the action.
I just know,
and I've turned them down twice.
I just know.
I'm going.
Don't bullshit out here, because I will embarrass you.
Embarrass me? Well, I would embarrass you too. We can go, Mo. We know each other for way too long.
All right. Let's move on.
Let's move on to SmackDown. Do you think SmackDown was over or not?
Well, let's recap on what happened on SmackDown. We had Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton show us the Punjabi death.
I'm asleep.
Oh God. We had Jimmy take on Kofi. Jimmy Uso versus Kofi Kingston. Mike Kanellis finally took on Sami Zayn.
Fuck Sami Zayn.
All right, that's hashtag that. Rusev blindsided John
I'm gonna end
Cena.
up liking this guy sooner or later. It's ridiculous.
Probably.
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I want to see some.
I was
dirty stuff.
surprised she won. To be honest.
Yeah.
I was super surprised.
I'm not. Charlotte's winning at. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. KO, Kevin Owens, and Baron Corbin beating AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and Breezango doing their own X-Files.
That is the only thing that was great about SmackDown was that fucking Breezango X-Files shit. Because everything else I was just like, oh, this is their home going into a Battleground, and it's just like it's a weird pay-per-view because it's the in between. It's the right before SummerSlam. So it's like, and Raw kind of had the advantage because they have like 2 additional weeks to build storylines for SummerSlam. Now SmackDown literally has like 2.5, 3 weeks to build their storylines. It's that weird pay-per-view in between. So I'm not too hype about it. It is what it is. But Breezango, X-Files shit that ends up correlating into whatever's gonna happen at Battleground is the only thing I enjoyed on SmackDown this week. And and the Uso and Kofi Kingston, like they actually have really good chemistry. Like Usos and New Day actually have really good chemistry together.
Well, they're both athletic teams.
Yeah, so I feel like I like the back and forth, and I think I need New Day to win though for personal reasons. But
so SmackDown was not over at all.
Yeah,
the gender situation with the Punjabi prison was cool. It was cool to bring it down, everything, and but for the most part, it was just like okay. The X-Files thing was funny. Breezango is growing on me.
That red wig though.
They're
growing on
that
me.
red wig.
Like,
though.
did you not see them look up? Like, I thought I was watching an episode of X-Files.
Yeah, they're really good, and it shows talent. Like that's because they can take all these different concepts and just run with it. It shows really good, and I hope WWE continues to work with these guys and like push them even more. So now I'm going to talk to SmackDown in the language of my people.
Yo, if you knew Creole, I would gag. You have no idea.
Oh man.
Jinder Mahal, di pas bien, di caca, di boule caca, Pakistan Jinder Mahal,
Oh snap.
You are yes.
Alright, you know what?
Is culture.
You know what? You know what? Because of that, I'm not gonna disrespect her anymore. I'll give you a high five.
No, I'm gonna give you a high five. But back to the
fuck you and your Ascot.
Oh, no.
Looking like Freddy from fucking Scooby-Doo. Fucker.
You're just a hater.
Damn.
All right.
That shit is whack. Anyway.
But yeah, SmackDown wasn't all that this week. I mean, and it's unfortunate because they're going into their pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view ain't all that either. So.
Well, that's the thing that sucks about a go-home show. It should be over.
Yeah. It's Tati's birthday.
Tatiana from
the Yelp group. At a bar.
Where?
I gotta look it up.
Is it like around here?
We'll have it.
Don't worry about it. This is gonna be airing after it. So.
Well, when you see this, Tati, happy birthday, love.
Happy birthday, Tati.
Happy birthday.
She's turning 21.
We know that's not true, boo.
Moving on. Predictions for Battleground. We're gonna
fly through this, right?
We're gonna fly through this. Pre-show: Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English. That's on
Dillinger.
10.
10. All right.
Dillinger's winning that.
Okay. Breezango. Who do you think is gonna be the mystery?
I don't know.
I don't care, but I want to know.
I want to.
Like, I don't care who the mystery is, but I just want to know who it is.
So is like that like the best thing to you so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Got you. So they're basically over. 5-way elimination match with the ladies. Charlotte versus Becky versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Lana.
Lana's gonna randomly win this because of Tamina, but I kind of want Tamina to win to just give a big fuck you to everybody else.
It's probably gonna be Becky. Matter of fact, no, I'm sorry. It's gonna be Charlotte.
But Charlotte's not walking. If Charlotte wins, she's not walking out of SummerSlam.
No.
I definitely. Well, you know what? If Charlotte wins, you don't think this girl's gonna cash in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Charlotte wins and goes to SummerSlam and wins.
And you think this girl's gonna cash in on
Carmella will cash
at Battleground or at SummerSlam?
At SummerSlam.
Okay. I think she's gonna cash in on Sunday. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin.
Nakamura.
No, Baron Corbin winning that.
I don't see Corbin winning because he doesn't really. He's one of those that kind of they don't really need the W because he has the briefcase, so he doesn't really need the W. But
I think Corbin's winning.
But I think Nakamura is gonna win.
I say Nakamura wins and Corbin cashes in, but we'll get more on that in a second. Usos versus the New Day for the tag team championship.
New Day.
They got the New Day's is bad.
New Day has to go into SummerSlam.
Yeah, they're.
New Day rocks. Flag match: Cena versus
fucking
Rusev.
Dumb. Oh,
yeah, you know what? That promo that he did, I was like, all right, that was dope. You brought him back, but Cena's
winning.
I don't care. It's dumb. And then they added to something because if you go back and watch some old school shit, Canada versus US flag match, they only had to take the flag down. Now these bitches got not only take the flag down, but they gotta go up the ramp and put the shit in the hold. Why are we adding shit to that?
It's like a race now instead of a match.
It's dumb. They gonna both be on the top of the ramp with both flags, battling to see who gonna fucking put the shit in. That's dumb.
It's gonna turn into
Why don't you ever except when the time, the change of the times?
No,
She's still bitter about Survivor Series.
Absolutely.
And this, they added one thing,
because
and now she's bitter about
things that just.
It does make it seem a little bit like a race now.
Yeah,
it's like a relay race.
That's a fucking mouse race.
Yeah, but the thing is, you gotta add some.
If
stuff.
I had to pick, Rusev.
You gotta add some stuff to it.
All right.
You wanna run to the top of the ramp?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, then you gotta fight. You're gonna fight the entire time.
Somebody gonna go off the ramp.
Yeah,
that's like 2 feet.
You know what? It's gonna be kind of like an ambulance match, but instead it's gonna be with a flagpole.
Low-key dumb too.
It's gonna be that, but instead it's gonna be a flagpole.
What else?
Moving on. U.S. Championship: AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens.
AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that one. And the Punjabi Prison match.
I'm actually excited to see this match.
Jinder or Randy?
I'll make sure to get a drink during it.
Jinder.
You think Jinder's winning?
Yeah, if they supposedly the amount of, because I feel like Brooklyn would be just so ignorant and actually side with Jinder Mahal. I feel like him walking into SummerSlam as champion has just as much power, because then it'll either lead them to, if he needs a title rematch, him doing on SmackDown, and I don't see that, and then once again we're back at Radio and versus Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam, and I don't really see that. So yeah, Jinder's gonna win.
Jinder's winning. He's gonna keep it until
Survivor Series.
I am disagreeing with both of you. Randy's gonna win. Then Baron Corbin's gonna cash in. Then that's why I say he's gonna lose earlier in the night to Nakamura. Then Jinder's gonna get it back before SummerSlam and prove you both right.
It'll be a waste. I feel like Baron Corbin can do so much with him being Mr. Money in the Bank, and I want him to be great.
I'm not sorry.
And I don't want him to don't cash in just yet. Hold off.
Okay. Now we're gonna go to our next segment, Push, Bury, Fire. So we're gonna start off with hardcore matches. Janelle, Push, Bury, Fire. Last man standing match, first blood match, a barbed wire steel cage match.
I'm pushing a blood match.
The first blood match?
Austin and Brett. It wasn't even really first blood, but it was blood. I am burying last man standing because that's almost the same as 30-man Iron Man match. And then barbed wire steel cage match. I'm firing. I'm good.
All right.
Pushing barbed wire steel cage match. I'm burying first blood match, and I'm firing last man standing match.
Okay. Moving on. Female wrestlers. Push, Bury, Fire. Trish Stratus, Charlotte, or Lita.
Now, are we envisioning Charlotte being in the 90s, 2000s with these ladies?
Let's use the peak of all their careers. So the best of Charlotte, best of Lita.
Her best yet.
Well, Charlotte's at her best right now until she gets better, which we anticipate. So Charlotte now, Lita at her best, and Trish Stratus at her best.
Okay. So I'm gonna push Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte's all around better than all three of these girls. All three.
Like naturally.
Naturally, just all better.
Athletic wise,
I think her mic skills is better than everybody, the other two. Trish gets buried because it's Trish, but I still got love for Trish because Trish is one of my first crushes in watching wrestling. Lita gets buried only because of what she did to Matt.
Fired.
Fired. I'm fired. I'm firing her
Lita
because I listened to I forgot what interview he did.
Oh, it's the Bite This.
And I remember he went through the whole entire story.
Yeah, it was kind of trifling.
And maybe I should look past this because we're doing this, but
no,
I can't.
That.
I can't.
No, and I'm the same. We gonna push Queen Charlotte. We gonna bury Trish, and we're gonna fucking fire thotty ass Lita.
Yeah, because that shit was fucked up.
At the end of the day,
that shit was
she's trash.
Up.
Her whole shit is trash. And then guess what? Now everybody she done probably went through is married with kids, happy. She a lonesome self.
Because that shit was
fucking thousand.
If you ever listen to that, you listen to it.
Oh yeah, I listened to it. I heard it.
I listened to it about twice because I just love that story, and I love the fact that Matt.
I listened to the one that you're talking about, but then I also listened to other ones. So I only listened to it once, but I heard it like through like 3 or 4 different interviews, and it was pretty much all the same. And it's like it was kind of messed up.
And the thing about
it, I always respect Matt for it because he was very honest about it. From what he sounded like to me.
He had no choice. Like he was hurt. When you're hurt, you're at your highest of honesty. Like
so he said what he did. He said what he did wrong, but then he also just talked about the whole situation. I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I might have snuffed somebody and killed somebody. That's situation.
I'm shocked they not dead.
Yeah. But next one, Spider-Man. Spider-Man just came out recently, so Pushberry fire. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland, the new Spider-Man.
I'm pushing new Spider-Man because I haven't seen Spider-Man, but I liked him in Civil War. I think he's a funny, charismatic little kid. I'm burying Tobey Maguire, even though I really did like him as Spider-Man, but he kind of got a little crazy. So, and then the Andrew Garfield fired. I don't really care.
So, I'll push Tobey Maguire. I didn't like the third one. The first two I liked.
First two were awesome.
So first two,
third one was trash.
The third one was trash.
But I think he was at his end, so I think it didn't matter.
I'm gonna bury the new Spider-Man, the latest one, Tom Holland. Andrew Garfield can go die somewhere.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, I mean,
trash.
Tom Holland was dope. So, moving on. 4th segment, a new segment called Rivalries. Thanks to Janelle from HR. Rivalries, dream matches that never happened. Janelle, start off with yours.
Awesome. So, little backstory. So, I watched the rivalries between Matt Hardy versus Edge on the WWE Network, cheap plug. But it was a really good one, and they actually have to do a few series of them. So the match that I feel like I would have loved to see is Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart in a submissions match. I think that both are very great technical wrestlers. I think that if we would have taken Kurt at his prime and taken Bret at his prime and just put him in the ring and say, hey, look, submissions only, go, I would be sold. So that's my dream match for this week.
Okay. Mine was Jimmy the Dragon Steamboat versus Rey Mysterio. I was expecting movement.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
Wow. That could have been amazing.
Like the type of moves that would have been done in that match between those two would have been incredible. And high flyers, kicks, all of that, all that extra stuff that is not cool that Randy Orton says about indie wrestling. They would have done it in the ring.
Right.
Now, what Janelle said, you could go either way because Kurt and Bret both could do heel and face seamlessly. What you're talking about, who's being
two baby faces?
Yeah, who's playing heel and who's playing face now?
Steamboat would be heel.
Steamboat would be heel.
And
you think so?
Would be,
because Steamboat was face for a lot of his career too.
Well, yeah, but it would be like some Hogan shit where like he just turns heel and the whole crowd goes, oh.
Right. I've never seen Steamboat in.
I've never seen.
I think he's one of the very few that's always been a face.
But I would be more invested and intrigued to see him as a heel versus Rey Mysterio.
So the match, the way I had it set up would be this is gonna make no damn sense. So let's say Jimmy the Dragon Steamboat came back to life. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat came back to life, and
he's not dead.
No, I mean like as. I don't mean back to life like as the original and his prime, you jackasses. This is what I mean.
That's not a jackass move. You just said back to life.
Came back to life like he's dead. Like what I did with Jerry Lee Lewis.
No, I mean like he comes back and he's like at his prime. Like we go back in the time, we bring him from back in the day.
Okay.
Like some.
All right, we get it. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes back. He would be as a heel, and he would come back as a heel because he would have done what Eddie did with he would kidnap, raise kids.
Oh, you like totally booked it. All right.
I booked the whole thing.
Got you.
Kidnap, raise kids.
All right.
What?
He worked the territory. He
and then
booked the match.
And then put him in a dojo. And Ray has to go fight.
You wanted to see some Last Dragon shit. That's what that sounds like.
So then Ray has to go fight him in a dojo match.
Stop watching karate movies
to get back his kid. So that's how I booked it.
It's gonna be the rhythm of the night. We can get
that is
all the
Last
night.
Dragon 2.0.
All right. Well, listen. I got one, and this one, it would be the Freebirds versus the New Day. In today's world, it would be like that. I think that would be just as big as like Sergeant Slaughter and Hogan were during their feud when
like 92.
Yeah, when Sergeant Slaughter was getting death threats, because if you had Freebirds, you know, being America all of a sudden, yeah, that would be in a. I think you would see race rights at like every single arena that will be going on. So we're gonna move on with a few questions from Broken Romeo Anthony Colon, who I put through the window last week.
Thanks, Romeo.
Thanks for sending in the question, even though I hope you got the glass out of your head. If you could be revealed as the son or daughter of anyone in wrestling history, who would you want it to be? Start off with Wilkins.
Make it quick, The Rock when he was on a Nation of Domination. And then I'd be revealed as his son, come out, join the Nation of Domination.
Yo, I'm so dead.
And then I would turn on The Rock for never being around when I was as a kid, and then I'll take over the Nation of Domination as being their leader.
So
and
like
I'll bring back Farouk to the team just to be one up on my father, The Rock. That's my storyline. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Next,
So,
who did that?
So real quick, just to bring up a point. So you were hot earlier because you have daddy issues with The Rock?
No. Okay. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Mine would be the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I would be his dark chocolate brown daughter and kick Charlotte's ass every week on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question from Daniel Muhammad.
Daniel, you finally made it.
Who's coming back to NY?
Yes, welcome home.
So two-part question. A, if WCW was still around, do you think WWE would still be PG? And B, who do you think would be the top guy if WCW was still in business?
Go ahead.
Mind blown. Do I think WCW would still be in PG? Like if WWE
would still be PG if WCW was around? Would the Attitude Era still be going on?
I think, you know what, I think there would be a period of time where they would both be PG, but then I think it'll be another like Monday Night Raw wars. I think it would just be like, it'll be like a roller coaster. So it'll be like we were at the peak with the Attitude Era, and then, you know, then it kind of settled. But then I think at this time they probably would go a little bit more raunchy, a little bit more for the ratings, especially during the other times like Super Bowl, like football season and basketball season, like finals and Super Bowl time. And who would be the top guy? Their top guy forever will be Sting. So I think Sting would still probably be in some form of a way their top guy.
Okay. So would it have been PG? I think they both would have been PG because PG sells. At the end of the day, merchandise is a lot better. All that extra stuff is being sold. They're making more money being PG. Now, who would the top guy be? This is off the wall answer. AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the reason why I say that is because if WCW was still around, TNA wouldn't really be where it's at, or whatever, or any type of way relevant, in my opinion. So AJ once again went all the way around the world before he came to WWE, And I believe he would have been in WCW as their top guy. And probably been used a lot better too. So that's who I'm going with.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with him being how he's being used now, but...
No, I'm not saying nothing wrong with being
But he's just saying that he would have ended up staying there.
He had ended up staying there instead of leaving TNA.
And then like Sting part 2. Yeah. Final segment, barbershop window. Who are you putting through the barbershop window?
So I'm gonna put the recruitment team of WWE.
Oh God.
Okay.
Why?
Because Miss thicker than a overstuffed beef patty with cocoa bread, Jordan Grace is still not on the NXT roster yet.
She does a lot of indie shows.
She does a lot of indie shows, but needs to be on the main roster. She was backstage at WWE.
Well, yeah, because they get indie stars to be extras.
Yeah, but she still should have been on the main roster. Thicker than a Snicker.
Selfish.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal with a little bit of milk. Nia still loves me. Oh yeah, by the way, shout outs to everybody who always tags me, sends me a picture, sends me a video of when Nia does dope stuff. I really appreciate it. It's really nice of you guys. Nia had a twerking video. About 5 people sent me either DM, tagged me in the video, or something of that nature. Shout outs to you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
All right, Janelle, who are you putting through the window?
This week is gonna go to the handsome and lovely Corey Graves. As much as I have gagged and laughed so hard about Kurt Angle, Corey, you are shady as fuck. Like, why would you like be on the inside and don't think that we don't know? You know something else. Because then why else would you be all in Kurt's business saying that, oh, I know Jason Jordan very well and we're best buds and we know and he confided in me. You know some other shady shit. So I'm throwing your ass through that window because don't nobody like snitches.
Snitches get stitches. And I'm putting through the window, you know what? I'm putting through nobody because I'm going babyface this week. So, but if I had to put somebody through the window, you know it would be. So, thanks for joining us for episode 6. All right.
4 more from 10.
This Sunday, we will be at Legends for Battleground. Come through. It's going to be a great time. It's always a great event. Nothing's better than hanging out with a bunch of wrestling nerds. It's the greatest feeling to be.
Bring your girlfriend, bring your kid, bring everybody.
All ages welcome. Food is great. The atmosphere is great.
Bring your
and I think the show is going to be a lot better than people think. Also, please check out our YouTube channel. We do have the domain name. It is youtube.com/YEPILW. youtube.com/YEPILW. Also check out our t-shirts. Yep, I like wrestling. We're on prowrestlingtees.com/YEPILW. And also check out our website for everything and all things Yep. That is YEPILW.com. Thank you again for joining us on this episode 6 of Yep.
Thank you guys.
Yep, we got a podcast. All right, yeah, boy.